start with Seattle-Detroit. That was zany. Christine Leahy, that was nutty. That was zany. That was Ninja Warrior-like. There was also, that was chaos.
I would like to think that you know what Ninja Warrior-like means, but I know that you don't watch the show, so you have no idea.
It was wild last night. Full disclosure, I'm from Seattle. It never breaks my heart. Wife's from Michigan, so little border skirmish there. My first thought last night, Detroit-Seattle. When Detroit fumbled the ball out of the end zone, my first thought was Seattle ball. Great play by K.J. Wright, because I didn't know the illegal bat rule. That's okay. I'm a talk show host. Refs need to know all the rules. Let me just say, though, I've never liked that rule. Not the illegal bat rule. This drives me crazy. I can love something but not like every part of it, okay? I hate the basic rule that if I fumble out of an end zone, it's your ball without you ever gaining possession simply because of where I fumbled it. Out of here! If a friend bumped into me and I dropped my iPhone, he shouldn't get it automatically because I dropped it on the sidewalk and not the street. I don't like a society where I have earned possession, it is jarred from my hand, and at a certain location, it's yours. What? I hate the rule. I don't know why a team should ever lose. Call me zany, but to gain possession, you should first, I don't know, have to gain possession. I've never liked the rule that when you fumble out of an end zone, it's the other team's ball. It doesn't matter if it rolls out or you grabbed it. You don't walk into Starbucks, order and pay for a muffin, $2 for a muffin, you give them $2 and you get a muffin. And then you accidentally drop the muffin and the barista comes over and blows a whistle and says, time out, you dropped it in a no muffin drop zone. That guy gets the muffin. What? He doesn't even like muffins. He's allergic to muffins. Sorry, drop the muffin, no drop zone, his muffin. How do you get possession? Which, by the way, recovering a fumble's a skill. Think I'm wrong? Russell Wilson fumbled 11 times last year, regained all of them. Coaches practice recovering fumbles. It is a skill. If you can't recover it, you shouldn't get the ball. I hate the rule. Coaches practice it, but in football, that goofy rule, which has been around for a long time, which is in an end zone, I fumble my ball, suddenly it's yours, whether you get it or not. And then it became even crazier last night because even with squatters' rights, you've heard of squatters' rights? You have to pay property taxes for 5 years before you get possession. And I don't like squatters' rights, but you have to pay taxes for a while. I hate what I saw last night. It should be Detroit's ball back at the 20. I don't think Detroit should lose possession ever. But here's the thing. There's a lot of things in society you should do, and there's a lot of things in society you have to do. And there is a big difference between shoulds and have tos. I should brush my teeth at least 2 times a day. I have to drink water or I die. The players should know the rules. The coaches should know the rules. The announcers, Mike Tirico, John Gruden, or play-by-play guys, Lions or Seahawks, probably should know the rules. They didn't last night. Here are 3 players, smart guys, Cam Chancellor, Russell Wilson, Golden Tate. Here's what they said about the play.
I didn't see what happened, though. You know, I don't know anything about the rule, and I didn't see what happened.
I'm honestly not even aware of that rule, so I couldn't tell you anything about it, but it was clearly a bat. I can tell you that. Wasn't aware of that rule, though.
I'm not really sure, honestly, so I had to figure out what the rules are, I guess, on that.
There is a difference should have and have to. Everybody there should have known the rules. Pete Carroll rambled afterwards. He didn't know it. But the referees have to know the rules. You and I should know laws. We go to the DMV and take tests. Cops have to know the laws. Now, don't confuse conspiracy theory with chaos. Last night was chaos, right? There's only one way to solve chaos. I'll get to that in a second. A lot of people are saying Seattle at home gets it again, Russell Wilson, this, it. Don't confuse conspiracy theory with chaos. When you go to an airport on the holiday season and you get bumped, there's snowstorms and cancellations and delays, that's not a conspiracy theory. It's chaos. When you go to the grocery store day before Thanksgiving, they're out of stuff. They're really not trying to screw your family over. That is chaos. The problem becomes, and for the record, chaos is a real thing. It happens all the time. It happens at airports. It happens at grocery stores. It happens in sporting events. It happens in families. Chaos is a real thing. Respect chaos. How do you end chaos? With competence, like with governments. We had chaos. We'll have chaos. But last night, yes, you had chaos, but rules are created to eliminate chaos. Last night, refs didn't know the rules. That was the problem. Governments have rules, even in wars, wartime rules. The problem is magnified when that governing body, that government, doesn't know the laws or doesn't adhere to them. Then what you have is the show Narcos on Netflix. So last night, inconceivably, a referee in the NFL, of what it is a high-paying job, didn't know rules. The chaos around it's fine. We've had a history in the NFL of chaos. I'm watching that game last night, and my first takeaway is KJ Wright's brilliant. I mean, because my takeaway is watching football all these years, even though I hate the rule, if you fumble the ball out of the end zone, it's the other team's ball. And I thought KJ Wright was like, hey, knock it out of bounds, our ball. Don't let a lion get to it. I just didn't know the rule. But I don't have to know the rule. Mike Tirico, smart guy. I don't think he and Gruden knew the rule. I listened to those players after game. They didn't know the rule. Refs got to know the rule. So they're really, I'm going to bring Peter King on later and Mike Pereira. That is an instance where there is an increasing concern in the National Football League that we've got too many rules. And I've said this, comparing it to aviation again and planes. You need to be smart to be a pilot. You shouldn't have to be Stephen Hawking. I don't want a cockpit with too many levers. Because what will happen in chaos, turbulence, you lose an engine. I don't want to have a genius to figure out the cockpit. I want him to act naturally. What's happening now in football, there are so many rules. You officially have too many rules when the refs don't know the rules. I mean, forget the players, but we're getting to a point now, and I asked this to some of my guests last week, should you start peeling rules off, simplify the game? Games, businesses, it's just more fun when you don't have regulations. I'm kind of an anti-regulation guy. Last night was, it's just, that became chaos because refs don't know the basic stuff.